The security guard threw my suitcase onto the wet pavement and locked the iron gate without looking me in the eye. The rain was coming down in sheets, but I couldn't feel the cold because the adrenaline was boiling my blood. My phone buzzed in my pocket with a notification from the bank. Account frozen. Insufficient funds. A zero balance where $5 million had sat yesterday. I pounded on the black metal bars until my knuckles bled. Veronica, open the damn gate. Thunder drowned out my voice. I saw the curtains twitch in the master bedroom window on the third floor. She was watching. She had to be watching. 30 minutes ago, we were eating breakfast. 30 minutes ago, she was pouring me coffee and talking about our anniversary trip to the Maldives. Then the FBI vans pulled up. Then the private security team my father-in-law hired ejected me like trash. I looked at the suitcase. It was the small carry-on. I unzipped it right there in the mud. Clothes? No. It was filled with shredded paper. My documents. My birth certificate. My passport. My marriage license. All shredded into confetti. And on top of the pile was a single manila envelope sealed with red wax. I ripped it open with shaking hands. A single photo fell out. It was a picture of me, but not me. The man in the photo looked exactly like me, but he was wearing an orange jumpsuit. He was standing in a prison yard. The date stamp in the corner of the photo was from 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I was on my honeymoon in Paris. Or so I thought. I turned the photo over. Handwritten in red ink were 3 words. Game over, subject 4. My head spun. I stumbled back away from the gate. A black SUV rolled up to the curb slowly. The window rolled down. It was my brother-in-law, Marcus. He didn't look angry. He looked pitying. Get in, he said. What the hell is going on, Marcus? I screamed. Veronica just destroyed my life. She stole everything. Get in before they shoot you, he said calmly. I froze. Who? The cleaners. I looked around the empty street. Nothing but rain and shadows. I jumped into the passenger seat. Marcus floored it. We sped away from the mansion I built. From the life I thought was mine. You need to explain this right now, I demanded. Marcus lit a cigarette with one hand while steering with the other. You aren't David, he said. What? You think you are David? You have David's memories. You love David's wife. He exhaled smoke. But David died 5 years ago in a skiing accident. I laughed. A hysterical, broken laugh. I am sitting right here, Marcus. I remember the ski trip. I broke my leg. I didn't die. Marcus shook his head. You remember the story we gave you. He tossed a folder onto my lap. Read it. I opened the folder. Medical records. Brain scans. Reconstructive surgery photos. Before and after. The before photo was a stranger. A man with a scarred face and different eyes. The after photo was me. Who am I? I whispered. You were a nobody, Marcus said. A drifter we found in Nevada. You were ODANG behind a dumpster. My dad. My father-in-law. He needed a scapegoat. David embezzled $50 million from the cartel before he died. The cartel wanted their money or blood. We couldn't give them the money. So we gave them David. Or at least, someone who believed he was David. We fixed your face. We used hypnotic regression to implant the memories. It took 2 years. You became the perfect decoy. My stomach lurched. Veronica? I asked, my voice cracking. She wasn't on it. Marcus sighed. She had to be. It was her brother or you. She hated touching you at first. Did you notice she never let you see her change? Did you notice she never wanted kids? Because she knew. She knew she was sleeping with a stranger wearing her dead husband's face. I felt sick. Every memory. Every kiss. Every I love you. Fake. Scripted. Why now? I asked. Why throw me out now? Because the cartel figured it out, Marcus said. They know David is dead. They know you are a fake. And they are coming for the family. So we cut you loose. You are the distraction. If you are running, they chase you. While you are running, we disappear. He slammed on the brakes. We were at a red light in the middle of nowhere. Get out, he said. What? Get out. Now. He pulled a gun from the center console. He pointed it at my chest. I liked you better than the real David, Marcus said softly. You were nicer to Veronica. But family is family. Get out. I scrambled out of the car into the mud. Marcus sped off, leaving me on the side of the road. No ID, no money, no name, and a target on my back. I walked for hours. I found a gas station bathroom. I looked in the mirror. I touched my face. It felt like my face. I remembered falling off the bike when I was 7. I remembered the prom. I remembered the wedding. How could it be fake? I washed the mud off my hands. I need weapons. I need answers. I stole a candy bar and a map. I hid in the woods until nightfall. I need to find the drifter. The man I used to be. If I have a past, someone must know me. I remembered Marcus said Nevada. I started walking west. Days turned into weeks. I hitchhiked. I ate from dumpsters. It was strangely familiar. Like muscle memory. I knew how to pick locks. I knew how to hotwire cars. Skills David never had. Skills the drifter had. I stole a car in Nebraska. An old Ford truck. I drove until the gas ran out. Then I stole another. I reached Las Vegas in 4 days. I went to the library. I searched for missing persons from 5 years ago. I found him. Unidentified John Doe found comatose. Disappeared from hospital. No name. But the photo. The scar. It was me. But there was something else. A tattoo on the neck of the John Doe. A barcode. I checked my neck in the reflection of the library window. Nothing. They removed it. But why would a drifter have a barcode? I zoomed in on the digital archive. The barcode had letters under it. Genesis Experiment 4. My heart stopped. I wasn't just a drifter. I wasn't just a decoy. Marcus lied. The plot was deeper. I searched Genesis, a biotech company specializing in memory transfer. Headquarters, Seattle. CEO, Arthur Sterling. My father-in-law. The man who just kicked me out. The man who created me. I wasn't replaced with David's memories. David never existed. I clicked on Arthur Sterling's bio. Only daughter, Veronica. Son, Marcus. Deceased son, David? No, there was no mention of a David. Ever. Arthur Sterling only had 2 children. So who was David? I was chasing a ghost. I realized the truth in that silent library. I wasn't a decoy for the cartel. I was the experiment. The entire marriage. The wealth. The embezzlement. It was all a stress test. They wanted to see if the implanted personality would hold up under extreme trauma. They kicked me out to see if I would break. To see if David would survive or if the drifter would return. I smiled. It was a cold, hard smile. They wanted data? I would give them data. I walked out of the library. I needed money. I found a pawn shop. I sold the watch I managed to keep. A Patek Philippe. The pawnbroker looked at me suspiciously. 500, he said. It was worth 50,000. Deal, I said. I bought a burner phone. I bought a black hoodie. I bought a bus ticket to Seattle. I was going home. But not to beg. To end the experiment. When I arrived in Seattle, it was raining again. Fitting. I watched the Sterling Tower from a coffee shop across the street. Security was tight. But I knew the layout. I remembered visiting Dad at work. I remembered the secret elevator. I waited until night. I slipped into the underground parking garage. I disabled the camera with spray paint. I found the executive lift. It required a retinal scan. I stared into the scanner. Access denied, the robotic voice said. Of course. They deleted me. But then I remembered something. Marcus said subject 4. If I am subject 4, there were others. Subjects 1, 2, and 3. Where were they? I heard footsteps. I hid behind a concrete pillar. 2 guards walked by. Did you hear about subject 5? One said. Yeah, they activated him yesterday, the other replied. Veronica is already prepping him. Poor bastard. Thinks he just woke up from a coma. My blood ran cold. Subject 5. I was already replaced. Veronica was acting again. I felt a surge of rage, so pure it blurred my vision. I didn't just want answers anymore. I wanted to burn the building down. I waited for the guards to pass. I jumped the second guard from behind. I didn't think. My body moved on its own. A chop to the neck. A knee to the ribs. He went down silent. The first guard turned around. I was already on him. I took his taser. I fired. He dropped. I dragged them into a maintenance closet. I took a keycard. I took a uniform. I went up. Penthouse level. The elevator doors opened. I walked into the living room. Veronica was there. She was sitting on the couch, holding hands with a man. A man who looked exactly like me. Wait. No. He didn't look like me. He looked like the David from the photos. He looked like the face I saw in the mirror every day. But I was standing here. 2 of us. Veronica looked up. She saw me in the security uniform. Her eyes went wide. Security. She screamed. I am the security, I said. I pulled the gun I took from the guard. Hello, darling. The new man stood up. Who is this, Ronnie? He asked. His voice was my voice. I'm you, I said. Or you're me. Sit down, Subject 5. He looked confused. I'm David Sterling, he said. I just got out of the hospital. No, I said. You just got out of the lab. I looked at Veronica. Tell him, Ronnie. Tell him how you destroyed Subject 4. Veronica stood up slowly. She wasn't scared anymore. She looked bored. You weren't supposed to come back, number 4, she said. You failed the exit exam. I'm not taking tests anymore, I said. Where is Arthur? Watching, she said. She pointed to the huge mirror on the wall. He loves a drama. I aimed the gun at the mirror. Come out, Arthur, or I shoot the replacement. The mirror slid open. Arthur Sterling stepped out. He was clapping. Bravo, he said. Truly magnificent. We thought the aggression levels were too low in your batch. But look at you now. Apex Predator. What is this? I screamed. Immortality, Arthur said. He walked closer. David was my son. My real son. He died 20 years ago. I couldn't accept it. So I built Genesis. I cloned him. But clones are empty shells. They need memories. They need experience. We upload David's mind into a host. But the mind rejects the body. It usually takes 5 years. Then the cognitive dissonance sets in. The host goes crazy. Like you are doing now. He pointed at me. You are degrading, number 4. Your brain is rejecting the David persona. That's why we kicked you out. To trigger the breakdown safely away from the house. But you came back. Fascinating. I lowered the gun slightly. I am a clone. No, Arthur said. Subject 5 is a clone. He pointed to the man on the couch. You were different. You were a random selection. We wanted to see if the memory engrams worked on a non-genetic match. You were the control group. And you lasted longer than any clone. Why? Arthur mused. Maybe because you had nothing to lose. Maybe because the drifter wanted to be David. I looked at Subject 5. He was shaking. He was starting to remember things he shouldn't. Dad, Subject 5 asked. Shut up, Arthur snapped. You're malfunctioning. I looked at Veronica. Did you ever love any of us? She lit a cigarette. I love the real David, she said. You are all just echoes. It's like listening to a cover band. Sometimes you forget it's not the original. But then the song ends. And you're just a stranger in a costume. Cruel. Calculated. Cold. So what now? I asked. You kill me. No, Arthur said. We harvest you. Your data is valuable. Guards, he yelled. The doors burst open. 10 men with rifles. I was outnumbered. I looked at Subject 5. He was crying. He was weak. But he was also me. Hey, I yelled to Subject 5. Do you want to be a lab rat? He looked at me. No. Then fight. I threw him the taser. He caught it. Instinct. David's instinct? Or ours? I flipped the table. Gunfire erupted. Glass shattered everywhere. Get to the elevator. I screamed. Subject 5 tossed a guard. I shot 2 more in the legs. We were moving as a team. Mirror images. We dove into the elevator. The doors closed just as the bullets pinged off the steel. We were going down. Who are we? Subject 5 asked, panting. We are the glitch, I said. We are the virus. We are going to burn Genesis to the ground. We hit the lobby. Police were waiting outside. Not real police. Private security dressed as SWAT. Back door, I said. We ran through the kitchen. We burst into the alley. It was still raining. Where do we go? Subject 5 asked. I have a truck, I said. We go to Nevada. Why Nevada? Because that's where they found me. That's where the truth is. There is a bunker there. I saw it in Arthur's files. That's where the original David is kept. He isn't dead? Subject 5 asked. I don't think so, I said. I think he's on ice. And we are going to wake him up. We got in the truck. I drove. Subject 5 stared out the window. I remember her smell, he said softly. Veronica. I miss her. She wants us dead. I said. I know, he replied. But I still love her. That's the program talking, I said. Fight it. I can't, he said. It's all I have. We drove in silence for hours. But the twist wasn't over. My phone buzzed. The burner phone. A text message. From unknown. Good job, Subject 4. You secured Subject 5. Bring him to the coordinates. Phase 2 is complete. I stared at the screen. My hands shook on the steering wheel. I wasn't the rebel. I wasn't the glitch. I was still following orders. I just didn't know it. My escape was scripted. My infiltration was allowed. The goal was to steal Subject 5. Why? Because Subject 5 wasn't just a clone. Subject 5 was the backup drive. He carried the codes. And I was just the transport. I looked at Subject 5 sleeping in the passenger seat. If I deliver him, I get my life back? Or do I get decommissioned? I deleted the text. I changed direction. I wasn't going to the coordinates. I was going off the map. Where are we? Subject 5 woke up. We are changing the plan, I said. Why? Because the game is rigged. We need a third player. Who? Veronica, I said. What? She hate us. No, I said. She is playing too. I saw her hand signal back in the apartment. When she lit the cigarette, it was Morse code. She tapped the lighter 3 times. Dash, dash, dot, G, then dot, dash, A. Go. She told us to run. She isn't the villain, I said. She is the prisoner. Arthur is holding her hostage too. We have to go back. You're crazy, Subject 5 said. We just escaped. Exactly, I said. They expect us to run. They don't expect us to attack. I spun the truck around. We were going back to Seattle. But not to the tower. To the house. My house. Our house. We arrived at dawn. The gate was still broken from where Marcus smashed it. We crept inside. The house was silent. I went to the safe in the floor. It was still there, hidden under the rug. Arthur didn't know about this one. I opened it. Guns. Cash. And a flash drive. Veronica put it there. Months ago. I never looked at it. I thought it was just legal backups. I plugged it into a laptop. A video file. I played it. It was Veronica. She was crying. If you are watching this, David, or whoever you are, Arthur has gone insane. He is trying to upload his own mind into you. David is gone. Arthur is dying. He has brain cancer. He doesn't want an heir. He wants a new body. You are the vessel. Subject 4 failed because you were too independent. Subject 5 is too weak. He needs a hybrid. He needs you to merge. Do not come back. Run. Burn the research. I love you. The video ended. I looked at Subject 5. He was pale. He wants to be us. He wants to wear us like a suit. I said. That's sick. That's billionaires, I said. We have to kill him. Really kill him. How? We bait him. We tell him we are ready to merge. We offer ourselves. And when he hooks us up to the machine, we fry his brain. Can we do that? I don't know, I said. But it's better than running forever. We called the number from the text. We are ready, I said. Bring us in. A helicopter landed on the lawn 10 minutes later. They were expecting this. We flew to the tower. They took us to the lab. Arthur was there. He was in a wheelchair now. He looked frail. Excellent, he wheezed. You understood your purpose. Get on the tables. 2 metal slabs. Wires. Monitors. Subject 5 lay down on the left. I lay down on the right. Arthur lay in the middle. Begin the transfer, Arthur commanded. The scientists typed on keyboards. Helmets were lowered onto our heads. I saw Veronica in the observation room. She was pressing her hand against the glass. She was mouthing, I'm sorry. The machine hummed. I felt a pressure in my skull. Like a drill. Memories flashed. Arthur's memories. A cruel childhood. Business deals. Murders. He was pushing himself into me. I fought back. I pushed my memories at him. The drifter's memories. Pain. Hunger. Cold. Arthur screamed. What is this filth? He yelled inside my head. Get out. No, I thought. You wanted me. You get all of me. I grabbed Subject 5's hand. Push. I yelled mentally. Subject 5 pushed too. David's memories. The ski accident. The moment he died. The fear. We flooded Arthur with death and suffering. The machine sparked. Alarms blared. System overload. The computer announced. Arthur convulsed. Abort. He screamed. Too late, Dad, I thought. I focused on the rage. The betrayal. The rain. The gate. I poured every ounce of hate into the connection. There was a loud pop. Then silence. The lights went out. I woke up. Smoke filled the room. Arthur was slumped over. Dead. Eyes burned open. Subject 5 was sitting up. He looked at me. He smiled. But it wasn't Subject 5's smile. It was Arthur's smile. Fascinating, Subject 5 said. The transfer worked. But not to you. To him. My blood froze. I didn't kill Arthur. I pushed him into Subject 5. Subject 5 was gone. Arthur was young again. In my brother's body. Thank you, Subject 4, Arthur/Subject 5 said. He stood up. He felt his new arms. Strong. Healthy. Perfect. He picked up a gun. Now, I don't need a control group anymore. He aimed at me. I was too weak to move. The transfer drained me. Goodbye, Drifter. Bang. The glass shattered. Veronica. She shot him from the observation deck. She broke through the window. She fired again. And again. Arthur/Subject 5 fell back. You? Bitch. He gurgled. Veronica jumped down. She stood over him. Resignation accepted. Father. She put one final bullet in his head. She dropped the gun. She ran to me. David? Are you in there? I looked at her. I looked at the dead bodies. I looked at the burning lab. No, I said. David is dead. Arthur is dead. Subject 5 is dead. I'm just me. She helped me up. Who is that? She asked. I don't know yet, I said. But I have a lot of money to figure it out. We walked to the elevator. What about the company? I asked. Yours, she said. You are the last surviving male heir. Technically, we stepped into the rain. The nightmare was over. Or so I thought. I looked in the reflection of the glass door. My eyes. They flashed blue for a second. Digital blue. Arthur didn't just transfer to Subject 5. He split the signal. He was in me too. A piece of him. Hiding. Waiting. I smiled at Veronica. It was Arthur's smile. But I shoved it down. I locked him in a cage in my mind. I will never let him out. Let's go home, I said. Veronica squeezed my hand. She didn't notice the glitch. But you need to know. I am writing this as a warning. If you see me, if you see David Sterling, run. Because I don't know how long I can hold the door shut. And when he gets out, he won't make the same mistake twice. I am checking my bank account now. $5 billion. And a new project folder just appeared on my desktop. Project Lazarus. I didn't create it, but my hands are opening it. It's a map of the whole world with targets. My fingers are typing a command. Execute. I am screaming internally, but my face is calm. My wife is sleeping next to me. She thinks we won, but the game just scaled up. I am not the player anymore. I am the server, and the upload is complete. So here is the question that keeps me awake while my body builds an empire I don't want. If I kill myself to stop him, I kill the only person who knows how to stop the system from launching nukes. But if I stay alive, I might be the one to push the button. Do I die a hero? Or live long enough to become the villain for real?